Can you do something with Carol?
No, get down. Leave me alone.
Computer's on mute. It's still.
That's good. Just waiting for everybody to join, and then we'll get going. Everybody.
Oh, Regina's here.
Good. Welcome, Creekside. Welcome to our 2020 graduation of our incredible 8th graders. And with that, I'm going to let Miss Gretchen share the screen.
Jeff, you have to enable screen sharing for me.
I did. Maybe.
Click that little security button down in the
Yeah.
bar. There you go.
Oh, this just sums up the whole year, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Okay. Now, there you go.
Get this all in the right spot.
Congrats, 8th graders. You did it all the way through. Well done. From the day you came down, there was a change in me. tried to chat to you. The plug came and I was screwed. Silence began to pain. The butterflies, they help the strange. Yeah, what you don't say changes everything. What you don't say changes everything. Speak the mind or from the heart. The two methods head direction apart. There's always a reason for both. I can't distinguish which way to go. When's the time to shut that mouth and analyze what might come out? I'm trying to draw the line. Oh, this and more in a record time. 'Cause yay, what you don't say changes everything. What you don't say changes everything.
Aw.
What you don't say changes everything. What you don't say changes everything. What you don't say changes everything. What you don't say changes everything.
My favorite thing about Creekside is the principal's really nice and
Yeah.
I welcome the sun, the clouds and rain. The wind that sweeps the sky clean and lets the sun shine
We've seen
again.
it still before. Yeah,
The
we
most
wrote it.
magnificent life has ever been. Here is heaven and earth and the brilliant sky in between. Blessed is this life, and I'm gonna celebrate being alive. Blessed is this life, celebrate being alive. Blessed is this life, I'm gonna celebrate being alive.
Yeah, never seen that. Mary Listen.
He's more of a mixture.
Please make sure you're muted.
Well, in the darkness, I let in the light. Asleep in the afternoon and become the noise in the night. Trespassing temptation, suffered and sacrifice. But I awake each day with a new sunrise. Blessed is this life, oh, and I'm gonna celebrate being alive. Blessed is this life, oh, and I'm gonna celebrate being alive. Blessed is this life, oh, and I'm gonna celebrate being alive. Blessed is this life, oh, and I'm gonna celebrate being
Congratulations, you finished, you graduated. I hope you have a wonderful summer and I wish you all the best of luck in high school. Woo!
Felicidades, class of 2020. I'm so proud of you. May the next 4 years be awesome.
Congratulations, 8th graders. You finally made it. You deserve all the happiness in the world. We are so proud of you. Good job, friends.
Congratulations, 8th grade class of 2020. You did it. You are rock stars.
Good job, 8th grade. Congratulations. You did it. Congratulations, 8th graders. I'm so proud of you, and we're going to miss you here at Creekside.
Congratulations, 8th graders. You did it.
Hello, 8th grade. This is a photo of you on your last day of 2nd grade with me. It's been on my refrigerator for 7 years, and I can't believe the time has come for you to graduate. I hope you know what a special place you all hold in my heart, and please come visit me. Even though you're not at Creekside, you will forever be one of my kids. Congratulations.
There you go. Congratulations, you guys. And if you're wondering why I haven't graded any of your work for the past 5 or 6 days, it's because I was making that. So
Thanks for putting that together. That was wonderful. So before I go on, a couple of housekeeping things. Everyone, if they could silence their cell phones and put them away even, that would be great. And then just remember, do not unmute yourself unless you are speaking. And then lastly, if everybody, and I'm going to go to it now as well, let me put my cell phone off. If everyone could go up to that top right hand corner and go to speaker view. Thank you. I appreciate that. So with that, I would like to do a little bit of welcoming. First, I would, hang on one second. Why is it? Unpin. Thank you. Sorry, everybody. Here, let's go to that. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think we're good.
Oh,
You're,
I don't know.
huh.
Lynn Halverson
Yeah, somehow Lynn Halverson.
showing up. Jeff, you can put her on mute.
Okay.
You gotta over her, either in the
Okay, there we go. All right, great. Thank you. That's what I was struggling with. But now I'm just seeing you, Gretchen.
That's because she's speaking.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to move forward. Well, but the problem with that is then the people recording won't see let me pin. I'll just have to pin the speakers. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. So welcome, families. I want to welcome our esteemed faculty, our staff, everyone that has worked so hard for you. And obviously, I want to welcome the graduates. This past weekend, at my expense, my wife shared with a few friends an embarrassing Jeff Kron's tale. I will not tell you all the details because personally, I don't want you to know all the details. But I'll tell you the short version. The short version is that in order to save $350 to have a hot tub moved to my back of my house, I decided that I was going to do it myself with a series of forklift rentals, friends that didn't show up, and what eventually ended me in the ER with stitches. So $350 day turned into a $1,500 day. I'm going to pause there for a second because there's a point to me telling you this story. And I know that the last few months have been really difficult for our world, for you as parents, and especially for you as students. To see the end of your 8th grade be taken away by COVID-19 and all the unrest in the world is extremely difficult. And certainly my bad hot tub day doesn't even compare at all. However, here's the point. It was a horrible day, and one I would never want to do again. But for some reason, not only is it in my memory, but it is also in the memory of my wonderful wife, and now all of my friends that know about it. It was a story that will be told for a long time. Today's graduation is not that much different. None of us want to be on Zoom today. I've been doing graduations for a long time, and I love that anticipation before the graduation when all of the 8th graders are standing back behind the stage and they're getting excited to march on and they're nervous about how they're going to walk on. And unfortunately, all of you, that was robbed from you today, and that's super hard. But perhaps even more important to that, let's talk about the food that you're missing out on. When you were in 6th grade, you had to sit through the ceremony and then you were told, get back to class, you're not allowed to have any food. In 7th grade, you were said, you can have some food, but you have to be in the back, the very back of the line. And what happened when you got up there for food? All the 8th graders, the super pigs of last year's class, they ate all the food and was gone. This was your year. This was your year where you were going to be at the front of that buffet line, and it has been robbed from you. And that I'm super sorry for, and it's really hard. I know it's not what you wanted, and I know the last 3 months have been exceptionally hard, but I would contest that this graduation may be one that you'll remember forever. Just like those bad days have a way of staying in your memory bank, I think that this time period in your life you will never forget. And thanks to the work of many of you that Miss Gretchen had you do some journaling, you'll even have a journal to remember them. But certainly you will not forget this Zoom graduation, and I would contest that it'll be one of the most memorable of your entire life. Today is the day that this will stay in that long-term memory. We often are hardened by the toughest times in life, and they make us and shape us into better people. And I hope that this experience will do that for all of you. Regardless if we are in Zoom or in the drive-in later tonight, graduations are incredibly important. They take a pause in the pathway of life. I ask that you take this time, all of you, not just the graduates, but the parents that you're sitting with, the teachers that have Zoomed in, the extended family that are here today, and then of course, our graduates, to just take 20 seconds of reflection. And imagine if we were all together during that time. And during that 20 seconds, I just want you to think about where you have been in life, and then where are you headed? So maybe 10 seconds about where you've been, and then 10 seconds about where you've headed. And we're going to do that together. Thank you. So during the rest of this ceremony, and that includes tonight's ceremony as well, I hope you will enjoy that pause, that wonderful pause, not just the 20 seconds that we had, but between those two worlds in your life, the end of the 8th grade, but before high school. It's in that pause that we can best listen to the messages of your teachers and the classmates today. I will have a few more words at our event this evening, but for now, I'm honored to introduce our wonderful educator, Miss Monica Caldera. Monica?
Hi, Jeff. Thanks. Hi, everybody. I have a few words here for you. I hope they're not too long. But we never got to finish Bart quiere un gato. I'm so sorry. That's not what I was going to say, though. Anyways, class of Creekside 2020, 8th grade. Congratulations. You made it through a crazy, crazy set of social circumstances. You showed the world that when things go low, you get stronger. I know this experience has shattered some of your end of the year dreams and weakened your excitement about graduation, as Mr. Jeff was saying, but you must know this. You are who we need right now. You're the ones who will right all the wrongs. You will face adversity head on, and I'm sure you are going to change the world. So I have 3 bits of unasked for, unsolicited advice for you on your journey into high school and beyond. Number 1, don't give up. Believe in yourself. Love yourself first. Be kind to yourself. Don't let feelings of doubt weigh heavily on how you face challenges. Take on the thing that scares you and know that you are strong, smart, and capable. You've already started that. Number 2, stand up, stand out, speak up, and speak out. Be a voice of light when it's a dark world. Be an upstander and don't let people get away with racism, sexism, hate, and negativity. The world needs you, your words, and your strength. It's not enough just to know what's wrong with the world anymore. It's your job to be the change we need to see. And number 3, in the words of Bob Marley, the greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. Remember to always be kind. We never know what the person in front, behind, or next to us is struggling with, and your words or acts of compassion may make the difference between them giving up or fighting on. In closing, I want to say that each of you has taught me different things about teaching and about life and about being myself. You've always been kind and respectful, but above all, you've always found ways to express your ideas and feelings in a way that's productive and forward-thinking. Don't lose that. Continue analyzing the world and coming up with solutions that support the rights and needs of everyone. And again, one last Bob Marley quote: free speech carries with it some freedom to listen. So don't forget to listen. Thank you, and I wish you the best of luck in high school and everywhere else you choose to roam. I'm done.
I don't know if we're waiting for our MC or should I just jump in, Jeff?
I thought that she was going to introduce you. So I'm going to introduce you, Miss Gretchen Brugman. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, Gretchen.
That's okay. I don't think we had established that, so not your fault. All right. So good afternoon, graduates, families, and teachers. Rainy afternoon. I want to start by thanking and congratulating our graduates. We've been through a lot together this year, difficult things and wonderful things, and I appreciate all of you. I'm also grateful to the parents of these graduates. You had to take on a much bigger role this spring, and neither the students nor I could have made it through without you, so thank you. As an English teacher, it's my special privilege to read the essays and journals of my students. I learn more about teenagers through the medium of writing than they would ever agree to tell me aloud. And much of what we studied this year felt particularly relevant to ourselves as individuals and to the state of our country and our world. These students had some incredible insights and advice. So rather than quoting famous authors or famous politicians in my graduation speech, I shall be quoting my brilliant students. 8th grade year is challenging for many students, even in the best of times. Friendships change, bodies change, stress can take over. This class took on an additional set of challenges that at best could be called strange times. and they handled it beautifully. On a single day in March, the world's axis shifted for them. Students found out ski season was over, sports teams were ending their seasons early, and school was shut down. No chance to plan or prepare, no chance to say goodbye. And students, you did it. You took what was coming at you and you kept on going. The Washington, D.C. field trip was canceled, championship races and games were canceled, hanging out with your friends was canceled, and then you had to take the responsibility for your own education. Surprise, you're your own teacher now. Amidst struggles with time management and how to structure your day, you were also weighed down with worries over the health and safety of far-off friends and family members. You canceled spring break plans, you struggled with boredom, you worried about what the world would be like when it reopened. Would things ever feel normal again? As Epona said, resilience is a valuable trait that helps you keep going and remain determined after going through hardships and difficulties. I agree, Epona, and I would say we had a few hardships and difficulties this year. And I also agree with Annabelle, who said, resilience is not a trait that you were born with, but I believe that someone can attain resilience by not giving up and by believing in themselves. As Ethan said, humans need resilience to survive and thrive, and anyone can develop this trait with the correct mindset. Graduates, welcome to your future as resilient humans. I've already seen so many of you grow, become stronger, and learn from the challenges you faced this year. Isabella reports, I learned a lot more about how to be independent and that you need to trust yourself. While Melody articulated what I think many of us also realized when she said, I think we all took going outside, hanging out with our friends, going to restaurants, music festivals, and skiing for granted because we thought we would always have them. I will never take anything for granted after this. Although quarantine life presented its challenges, there were silver linings and benefits. Many of you reported exceptional growth in your organizational skills and time management abilities. Talk about a 21st century skill. Many of you gained new and improved baking skills. Natalia made her father's birthday cake along with many other cakes, and Annika baked a cake for her own birthday. Some of you took this time to reorganize your closets. Many of you took long walks in your neighborhoods with family. We got to Zoom with Peter Sagal, and all of our dogs lived their best lives. This spring, you studied the Civil War and Reconstruction in history, and you read To Kill a Mockingbird in English class. In the past few weeks, that content has taken on a sense of immediacy and relevance that is not only heartbreaking, but reminds us all why education is so important. It was challenging reading, and combined with current events, it's a great deal to process. But you dove in. You looked at our country's history, and you looked at the world around you right now, and you gained an understanding of the path that led us here to this place. And I'm confident that you will take that understanding, and you will be the ones to lead us down the next path where our future lies. You believe that empathy will put us on that path. As McCoy said, we must put ourselves in the other person's shoes in order to see and understand what they are dealing with, not what we think they are dealing with. And it's true. It's not just an understanding of history, but having a true sense of empathy and community that will help you through difficulties. The future is not yet written, but I have faith in it because I have faith in you, in your empathy and resilience. I will end with the wise words of Alicia, who said, as long as we stick together and work with each other, not against each other, we can overcome any challenging obstacle. Thank you and congratulations. And I would like to introduce Miss Greta.
Hi, thanks, Miss Gretchen. That was crazy good. I don't know how I can follow that up, but I'll try. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Despite what a wild and crazy year this has been and all the challenges and successes we have faced along the way, you all have completed this part of your educational journey with amazing achievements and wonderful memories. I am extremely fond of the memory of our backpacking trip, and I'm so grateful that on my last year here at Creekside, I was able to go and spend 3 days in the wilderness doing what I love more than anything in the whole world, and communing with nature and living out of one little bag. So thank you for that. Ms. Gretchen, Ms. Monica, and I have strived to prepare and nurture you for the greater challenges ahead and to build a strong foundation for high school. My fellow colleagues and I thank you for the uncommon passion that you all foster in and outside of school. Creekside is a unique school in that it allows you to pursue your own interests, accomplish great feats, and engage in new adventures. You have all demonstrated curiosity in your studies, cultivated strong relationships with teachers, and built everlasting friendships. I am going to quote an author because he's my favorite, and it's the world's best book, The Phantom Tollbooth. Newton Juster once wrote, "You must never feel badly about making mistakes as long as you take the trouble to learn from them. For you often learn more by being wrong for the right reasons than you do by being right for the wrong reasons." This quote still resonates strongly with me today as we are all learning together, especially this year. I want to really thank all of you for figuring out distance learning so quickly and for being patient with me as I struggle to figure out this new way of teaching, and for supporting each other through such a weird and difficult time. I really struggled with this too, and I often wanted to share that with you guys. So you were all very patient and supportive of my learning process. Juster also wrote, "For what you learn today for no reason at all will help you discover the wonderful secrets of tomorrow. I firmly believe that this is a unique and unprecedented life experience that's going on in the world right now will help shift your future for the better. Take a moment, as Jeff said earlier, to really reflect on this period of time and how it has changed your perspective and how you will apply these skills later in life. This is it. You are living history right now." What you can do is often simply a matter of what you will do. And I know all of you will make a lasting impression in this world. Thank you for the lasting impressions you have made on me. Creekside will forever live in my heart as one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm gonna start crying. I've made immense strides in my career and growth within myself. I am so grateful I was able to spend the last 7 years here, learning and growing beside all of you. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you so much, Miss Greta. And on behalf of the whole community, we thank you for everything that you've given this school over the last 7 years. It's been a labor of love, and we really appreciate you and what you've given to us. So with that, we're going to move to our student speakers. And we are going to start with one of the newest members of our Creekside community, but a wonderful person, Miss Reagan Clute will start us off with her speech.
Okay. Hi, I'm Reagan Clute, and this has been my first year at Creekside. It is sad that it has come to an end so soon, but I've made a lot of unforgettable memories. As much as I've looked forward on moving on to high school, I've always disliked endings. Last day of summer, last episode in a TV show, or the last scariest of the season. Today we are ending a very important chapter in our lives, 8th grade. I'd like to thank Google, Photomath, and the inventor of copy and paste for making this year way easier for me. Just kidding, but I would like to thank all my teachers who have taught me so many new things, and Mr. Jeff always gave me a high five before school starts. I'd also like to thank my parents. My parents have always been willing to help me with homework and anything else. My favorite memory from this year has been the backpacking trip. It brought this class closer together and has helped us make so many memories. Creekside is such a fun school, and my only regret is not coming sooner.
Thank you, Reagan. We're gonna go in alphabetical order now. So I don't know if Emmanuel is here, but I don't think we were expecting him. Jeff, do you know?
He's not coming.
Okay. So that would bring us to Alicia. You're up next. And so for the rest of you, if you're wondering when you're going, down the list.
Okay. Hi, I am Alicia Buckmaster. I am now an old student from Creekside, but would like to share my highlights and my favorite things about my time at this school. I have a note from Helen Keller that says, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." I read this, and the first thing it reminded me of was Creekside. Our little school is filled with nothing but encouragement and positivity. Everyone strives to be the best they can, and they try to lead others to do the same. We all work together and show each other gratitude, respect, and kindness. Creekside has shown me great experiences, from going on an amazing backpacking trip to building a lovely outdoor classroom. School at Creekside has been amazing, and I would like to thank a few people who helped me through it. I would like to thank my patient teachers who were always there for the students, my parents who helped me through all of my roadblocks, and my friends who made school an overall better experience. Creekside is filled with positive, outgoing, amazing people, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it. Everyone is so optimistic, along with showing each other lots of gratitude. The school has taught me so much academically and socially. They have also opened me up to great, amazing experiences. I warmly hope that upcoming classes show each other respect and stay positive. My favorite things about the school are everyone's enthusiasm, love for the outdoors, and the one and only tram view. I am very excited for the upcoming years of high school and will always have a special spot of Creekside in my heart. Thank you.
Isabella, you're up. Oh no, sorry, Alex. Sorry. You'd think I would know this list memorized by now.
Hi, I'm Alex. Hopefully most of you guys knew that. As I move on to high school, I will always have my Creekside experience with me. I first came to Creekside halfway through 5th grade, and since then, Creekside has had an amazing impact on my life. Some of my favorite memories were going on the backpacking trip and going to the escape room. Creekside also gave me a chance to go snowboarding for half of the school day and full days on Fridays. I would like to thank Mort, my snowboard coach, for helping me become a better snowboarder. Aside from the IS program, the teachers also had a huge impact on me. Thank you, Miss Greta, Miss Gretchen, Miss Monica, and Miss Susan. You all have helped me so much throughout the past years. I have grown tremendously and can't wait to take the knowledge you gave me into high school. I'd also like to thank my friends and family for being there for me as I went through this journey. I couldn't have done it without you. I can't wait to go into high school with all my friends, even though this pandemic might get in the way of that happening in person. These are challenging times, but change isn't always bad, and we will all grow from this. Thank you.
Oh, nice job, dude.
Thank you, Alex. Now we have Isabella up.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Isabella, and my years in middle school have really changed me. I started middle school at a place called Willow Wind, and I'd gone there from 1st grade all the way through 6th grade. Transitioning schools for 7th grade was weird, but Creekside was extremely welcoming. Mr. Jeff was so supportive, and so were all of the teachers. One thing that I love most about Creekside was that we did social emotional learning. We were taught how to deal with real-life situations and not just how to multiply numbers. For most of my life, I have struggled with math. I had tutors after school almost every day, and I would stay after class to get help with homework. I have worked really hard to understand math better, and now I can do math problems without getting confused on where to start. I've come so far, and I'm so much more confident. I want to thank a few people. First of all, my 4th grade teacher, Robin, for helping me through everything, including my personal life, social struggles, and academic struggles. I also want to thank one of my many tutors, Arden, for helping me tremendously. Unfortunately, she isn't here any longer to celebrate with us, but she made a big difference in my life. I also want to thank my amazing friends and family for helping me through the year, and last but not least, Miss Greta for supporting me and helping me when I asked. Sorry. She helped me find ways to solve math problems that worked for me. And it helped, hold on one second. That worked for me. She helped me, okay. I sat in study hall with her, and she would explain things that didn't make sense and would walk me through things when I got confused. She never got frustrated when I didn't understand something and would continue to help me in a calm way. Even if it took a long time, I realize now that I just needed a new perspective, and that's exactly what I was given. I will admit that I use my fingers still for math, but I've learned that that's okay. There's a quote that I learned about in 4th grade that has stuck with me throughout the years. This quote says, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep on moving." This quote is from Albert Einstein, and it reminds me that even in hard times, you still need to keep moving forward. Even when I'm confused or don't know where to start or feel overwhelmed, sometimes you just have to get started. I feel like my 2 years at Creekside have changed me in a great way, and I'm so excited to start high school. Thanks to Miss Greta and Miss Gretchen, I feel prepared for what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella. Now Natalia Christian is up.
Hello. From myself, Natalia Christian, to all the teachers, administrators, students, and everyone who made this graduation possible, thank you. One of the first things I remember doing in the first few weeks of school in kindergarten to probably 3rd grade was making these big posters about yourself. You'd write what you did over the summer, how many siblings you have, your favorite movies, but one of the biggest questions that always stuck with me was always repeating, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's such a silly question because every year I would look back and have a different answer. A teacher, a dentist, an actress, a dancer, a singer. Growing up, I would learn new things and go to new places and think to myself, I want to do that. I would watch TV and say, I want to be that person. And every year, when I went back to writing what I want to be, I would have a different answer. I guess it was an activity to allow your imagination to run free with no boundaries, because I can guarantee that when I was 6, I didn't know how much work it would take to become an astronaut. Other than the laugh you would have when reading it after a few years, there was something to it. I like to think of it the same way Albert Einstein did. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. I have learned a lot of important life lessons throughout my 9 years of education, and I have a lot of people to thank for it. I specifically want to thank Miss Jenny, my 2nd grade teacher, Miss Hatter, my 5th grade teacher, Kristen, my dance teacher, and all my amazing friends I have made throughout my life. I wouldn't be the same person if I hadn't met all of you. Without all of you, I wouldn't learn how important it is to be yourself. No one else's words are better than your own, so don't use them. You are stronger than letting anyone push you around or force you to do something, so don't let it happen. That's what I want everyone here to live with. You are the best version of yourself, and no one else can change that. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have Logan.
Hi. My name is Logan. If you guys don't know that, then that would be very surprising. But anyway, I moved here from 6th grade. Yeah, I already messed up. All right. In 6th grade, I moved here from Waco, Superior, Oregon. And right from the get-go, I struggled with the change. But with time, I grew, and so did everyone else. Acquaintances turned into friendships, and school turned from a game to a job. I remember Mr. Steven was the nicest teacher, and he always edged me along. Thank you, Mr. Steven. Fast forward to 8th grade, I struggled academically and socially. I got in trouble and had difficulty turning in my work on time, even when I did it. When quarantine started, though, school really turned into a job, and I started to focus and get my grades up. I couldn't have done it without the support of my dad. My dad was the one who always pushed me to succeed, to be better. Even when we fought, he would still be there to support me. Now my grades are the highest they've ever been. But grades aren't the most important thing. I have made friendships, learned from my mistakes, and grown as a person. And my voice got deeper. Those are the most important things.
Thanks, Logan. Annabelle. Yes, applause.
Oh boy, okay. Hi. First, I want to start by thanking all of the amazing teachers I've had over the years. I've been at Creekside for 9 years now, and 9 years is a pretty long time. And in those years, I've made good friends and amazing memories. I remember in 2nd grade, we started off the year in a super small building in Truckee. It was Miss Jenny's first year teaching at Creekside, and I don't think we made it very easy for her. We would go on walks on the bike path that went near the school. On one walk, Miss Jenny took a picture of the 2nd grade class on a big rock. That doesn't sound that cool or amazing, but every year I would go into Miss Jenny's classroom and that picture is still on her wall. That really just makes me realize how much teachers at Creekside care. In the words of Henry Brooks Adams, teachers affect eternity. No one can tell them where their influence stops. I'd like to apologize to Miss Greta and Gretchen for mixing up their names a ton. I'm sorry. During my time at Creekside, I've learned many things that I wouldn't have considered important until I learned them. One of those things is the constitutional amendments. This was probably one of my favorite things to learn in social studies. I did not think that learning about the amendments was important, but now I understand that knowing my rights is very important. I also like how fun Ms. Greta's science classes are. I liked how every other week we do big hands-on experiments and learning and stuff. At Creekside, I met some of the best friends I've ever had. I'm very grateful for my parents driving me to school and helping me with homework, even though I made it very difficult for them. Lastly, I want to thank my friends for always being there for me, whether it meant comforting me or making me laugh. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, Annabelle. And next up we have Annika.
Hi, I'm Annika. Before moving to Tahoe 3 years ago, I lived in Mill Valley. In the Bay, there was a lot less fresh air and less nature. But when I moved up to Tahoe, Creekside taught me some valuable lessons that I would never have thought about in the Bay. I learned that being outside is something that people take for granted all the time, but is one thing that humans cannot live without. And I learned that you have to cherish the things that you have right now because you won't have them forever. It was an insanely big change for me with our move because I am a city girl, but the one thing that Creekside has also taught me is that any place you are, you can have a new adventure, and it made me go out of my comfort zone. But Creekside was very welcoming and sweet. I would like to thank my family for being there through all those big tests and my friends who are always there for me. But one of the biggest things I would like to say is for my friends from Mill Valley. Even when I moved, we stayed so close, and that got me through some tough times. I would also like to thank Miss Greta. She would help me with the math that I never understood and would be patient. Even with quarantine still going on, it is amazing to see how much effort all of the teachers will put in for us to learn every day. It is crazy to me that the 3 years I have been at Creekside have dramatically changed my life in a good way. Now I feel prepared for high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Annika. Next up we have Epona.
There is that. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Epona. I enjoyed my time with everyone at Creekside the last few years, and I'm sorry that we've had to end the year in COVID quarantine. Seeing everyone in their onesies, blankets, and with bedhead on Zoom in the mornings has been mildly amusing. Attending Creekside has been a unique experience, at least before quarantine, as we had independent study on Fridays and were left to study on our own. With our school fortuitously located at the base of Squat, provided amazing views and ambience every day. Some days provided early dismissal, often used for other activities, skiing and other activities, an opportunity rarely afforded to other schools. But what would the school be without its core, its teachers? On that note, I'd like to thank Miss Monica for being one of the most exceptional teachers I've ever had. Miss Monica made my years seem too short. I'll miss you all, but hope everyone has a good summer. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Epona. Somehow my video got pinned, so I'm gonna fix that for whoever's next. If all you were seeing was me, that's all I was seeing. So McCoy is up next, and I see McCoy right there, so I'm gonna pin you once you start talking, McCoy.
Hi everyone, my name is McCoy Hudson. I've attended Creekside since 2nd grade, and I have many amazing memories from my time here. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. This quote from Dolly Parton relates to my time at Creekside because I've made many mistakes, but good things have come out of them with the help of my teachers, friends, and parents. Creekside is a pretty small school. This is one of the things I like most about Creekside because it allows everyone to know each other and become better friends with everyone. The other thing I like about Creekside is the location. I love skiing, and Creekside made it possible for me to ski every day. I want my classmates to always remember the amazing times we had here, like the backpacking field trip, where we all had the opportunity to be together in nature with our friends. Also, the trip to Pigeon Point was very memorable because all of the different activities we did there with each other. For me, times like these really create a strong bond with this class. I want to thank all my teachers who have given me these opportunities and helped me through each and every year. I want to thank my parents who have also helped me through each year here and have given me the chance to have these opportunities. Lastly, I want to thank my friends. They have helped me thrive and overcome challenges that I could not have done without them. Thank you.
Thank you, McCoy. And next up we have Lila.
Hi, my name is Lila, and I've been at Creekside since kindergarten. During my time here, I've learned a lot, but the most important thing I've learned was to always keep pushing yourself to be yourself, best self, no matter what. There's been a lot of change at Creekside since I've been here, but no matter what it was, I'd come to school at Creekside every day excited to learn. One of the best memories at this school was going on a backpacking trip this year. This field trip allowed the whole class to become closer to each other and Miss Greta. During this trip, I felt connected to each and every one of my classmates. We were all having fun. We didn't have to focus on anything except for having a good time. This field trip was such a blast and made me realize how much I'll miss everyone. I'd like to first thank Miss Jenny because she has watched me grow from second grade to who I am now. She has taught me many life lessons and she has always been there for me in our class. She will always make you smile and give you a hug. Next, I'd like to thank Miss Gretchen and Miss Greta because they have taught me many life lessons as well and most importantly, academics. I'd also like to thank my parents for everything you have done for me. You guys have taught me how to push myself through the hard times and to be who I am. Last but not least, I'd like to thank this class of 2024. All of your kindness, hard work, and excitement has made me want to attend school every day. I'd like to share this quote that my dad has always told me. Always give 110%. This quote is always in my head no matter what I am doing. It speaks to me because it shows that if you put all the effort you have into something, you'll get something good out of it. I wish all my classmates luck to the next chapter of your life. I'll miss you all. I'll miss Creekside lots, and thank you to everyone who has helped me through my elementary and middle school journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila. Good job. Next up, we have Ethan.
Hello, my name is Ethan Kerrigan, and I've been a student at Creekside ever since kindergarten, and I've been to 4 different locations with it. Back in 6th grade, my class went to Yosemite for a school field trip. I remember us all hiking up a rock just to see an incredible view of the waterfalls. The ledge we were standing on was so high up that it made the whole thing even more crazy. I appreciate this memory because it shows how much effort the school puts in for big field trips even like these. I would like to thank many people who have helped me in my school career. First off, I would like to thank my amazing parents who have made it possible for me to learn every year and have supported me through the rough times of school. Next, I would like to thank some teachers who have really helped me. Thank you, Miss Jenny, for being the most thoughtful and kind 2nd grade teacher, Miss Adina for helping me learn in fun ways and also for making school fun. I would also like to thank Miss Sandy, Miss Greta, and Miss Gretchen for being very lenient and kind. And lastly, I would like to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have Miss Anya.
Oh, okay. So, hello, my name is Anya Kranz, but I am sure that most of you know that by now. When I first came to Creekside, it was 2 months after the beginning of 6th grade. Everyone was super nice and welcoming, but I was still scared. I was scared that no one was going to like me and I would have no friends. Fear is nothing to be ashamed of, but it can hold you back. There's a quote from my favorite book, Divergent by Veronica Roth. Becoming fearless isn't the point. That's impossible. It's learning how to control your fear and how to be free from it. I did not have the best experience with friends at my old school, and I was scared that the same thing would happen again. That was my fear, that I would not make friends and that the ones I would make would eventually leave me. Middle school is hard. Everyone knows that these years are not the ones that people tend to look back on fondly. But there are people to help get you through these rough years, people who are always there for you, even in your darkest hour. These are the people you remember when you look back on in middle school. I would like to thank a few of these people who helped me along the way to this day. Mr. Stephen, he was always there to make me smile. In the mornings, I would sometimes have long, lengthy conversations about, well, who knows what. He always brought a smile to my face, and I will miss our conversations of who knows what. So thank you for making me smile and giving me fun memories. Miss Gretchen, you have always been there for me when I needed it. Sometimes we talked about books. Well, most of the times we did, but that was all I needed. You were a great teacher to me. When I first arrived in your class in 7th grade, I always told myself I hated writing. Now I love it. I am writing a book right now, and sometimes I think of being a famous author. I could not have made this change without you, so thank you for inspiring the greatness within me. Finally, I would like to thank my parents. As much as I hate to admit it, they have helped me through some of the darkest times in my life. Just by offering me a hug or a smile, they brightened up my day. My mom was always there to help me with homework, and my dad always makes me laugh. I don't think I would have made it through middle school without them. So thank you for always being there for me, even when I pushed you away. To my classmates, for giving me fun memories to look back on. We always had the best times on field trips. That was actually where I made my first memories with this class, on a field trip. We went to Yosemite. We ate gummy bears and climbed on rafters, which I will always remember. Earlier this year, we went on a backpacking trip with the class. There are always good memories to behold, even through middle school. I keep talking about middle school, but what about high school? Am I scared for high school? Of course I am, but I was scared for middle school too. Change is scary, but remember that. But remember that being fearless is impossible. You always have fear. You just need to learn how to control it, and then you will be free from it. So it is okay to be scared, but we will get through this together, even if we are not together. We have to remember that we are all going through the same change and process, even if we do not have the same fears or goals. We will get through this fear and go out and make a difference in our lives, knowing that we have overcome that fear together. So thank you.
Thank you, Anya. Next up, we have Jesse.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jesse Tomasini. I have been at Creekside since kindergarten. I'd like to start off by thanking the teachers and staff. Throughout many years here, we have struggled, failed, and succeeded. I have many significant memories from Creekside. Some of them are going to Pigeon Point and walking down the pass at night, bonding with other kids in our cabins and telling stories at night, going to the USS Hornet and learning about all the things on the ship, going to Yosemite and hiking every day and going to the campfires at night. I'd like to thank the teachers who pushed us to learn on days we didn't want to, and for building a relationship with us that for some lasts a long time. Thank you, Miss Jenny, for letting us hang out in your classroom in the morning. To Mr. Jeff, Miss Lynn, Miss Sandy, and every other aide and person who helped us get here, who supported us and our teachers through it all. I'd like to thank my parents who, even on days where we fought, would still help me succeed. Thank you. While maybe the end, it's also a path to the beginning, or it's also a path to a new beginning, a path to our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Next up, we have Zen.
Hello, my name is Zen, and I'm part of the graduating 8th grade class of 2020. I've been enrolled at this school since kindergarten. In sixth grade, I tried to move schools, but immediately came back after being at another school for one day. I realized how special a place Creekside is. Most importantly, I realized that Creekside is a community unlike any other school. I am so grateful for all the opportunities the school has given me. I remember in kindergarten or first grade when the school was located at Fairway, Josie and I were trying to jump over a rock field and I tripped and cut my arm open. Miss Jillian taped up my arm, and for some reason that was one of my most vivid memories of my childhood at Creekside. I would like to thank all my teachers who have been there over the years, from Miss Sandy walking me to the bus stop every day, to Miss Jenny throwing us little parties, Miss Lynn for taking me to school every morning, and I also appreciate Mr. Jeff for everything he has done for me and the school, and for never giving up on me. I would also like to thank Miss Greta and Miss Gretchen for making sure we had the best last 2 years at Creekside, no matter the circumstances, and doing their best to prepare us for high school. I'm going to miss Creekside dearly, but I'm ready to take on the next chapter in my life.
Thank you, Zen. Next, we have Melody.
Hi everyone, I'm Melody Reynolds. Although my time here at Creekside was short, I have made a lot of memories here. I would like to thank Miss Gretchen and Miss Katrina for always being supportive and understanding. I would also like to thank Miss Monica and Miss Greta for always trying to make lessons fun. My years at Creekside have really helped me, and I have made some of my closest friends here. I'm thankful for how much Creekside has prepared me for high school, and I look forward to it for the years to come.
Thank you, Melody. And last but definitely not least, we have Chloe.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I have been at Creekside since 4th grade. I remember a few years ago attending the 8th grade graduation and thinking how old all those kids were, and that it would be an eternity before that was me. Well, here I am. And even though this is not the graduation my 10-year-old self was looking forward to, I appreciate this opportunity to express my gratitude for the 5 years that I've spent at Creekside. First and foremost, I would like to thank my classmates and my friends for making school fun. One of my favorite memories was our 8th grade backpacking trip and spending time as a class outdoors. Another fond memory was our 5th grade field trip to Challenger Shuttle in Sacramento. Second, I want to thank my parents for allowing me to pursue my passion for kayaking and supporting me through my independent study. In this way, I've been able to do what I love and still have a great education. I am very thankful for this. The past 3 years of kayaking traveling has been amazing. Third, I want to thank all the great teachers at Creekside. Especially want to thank Miss Greta, Miss Gretchen, and Miss Monica for preparing me for high school. And so I say goodbye to the Creekside community with a quote from Bob Ross, "Anytime you learn, you gain."
And with that, that ends our Zoom portion, but I did want to play one of the songs that the 8th graders wanted to play as we end tonight. It's Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun. And we will see you at 6:30. Please, there's cones to the left of the uniform building. Please do not park yourself. So if you get there early, just park closer to the old fire station, and I will park cars. So thank you. And dance it out. Come on,
Your family is showing you up there. Do some moves.
That's it. Bye, everybody. Bye.